And we're live. Welcome to the Strikeout Beer, episode number 231 with your pals Alan and Rapid Dave. I'm Alan.
I'm Rapid Dave.
And joining us, special guest, Mr. Brews with Games himself, Mr. Stefan. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
It's so damn dark in here. It's so damn dark.
So dark in
Why
here.
is it so dark? I feel like I need to go get a lamp for the late show. Or you know what? We'll probably turn off more lights for the late show.
Why not?
Just bring it on.
Why don't we just do the show in pitch black?
I've thought about it before. I just can't do it.
I mean, it's going to improve the show. They won't have to look at us.
You're telling me, right? All right. So what are we starting off tonight with?
We are starting. You know what? Let's let our guests introduce the beer. How about that?
Sounds good.
How's that sound?
That sounds good. All right. Well, first crack, we're doing.
Need you to get up to the microphone there.
My bad. Look at this. I'm already screwing up. All right. So we're doing a Nutcracker Amber Ale called Brunette. It's from Panther Island Brewery out here in Fort Worth. This sits at a 5%? Yeah, 5% alcohol. Light caramel biscuit toasty is what it's described as.
Okay. A lot of biscuity beers that I have.
Biscuits. Who doesn't like biscuits, though?
It's spilling everywhere.
Well, I mean,
what's wrong with this can?
What's wrong with you?
This can's ridiculous. Look at this. Overcarbonated too.
Oh my god!
Beer looks like this.
I mean, anything that you pour.
Where'd you get this beer?
I picked this up at. Oh, this is. I almost walked out.
Well, I'm gonna
not the brewery.
You know,
it wasn't the brewery.
You
it was.
You guys don't want to miss out on a $70 sale. Oh, that's fine. Alan can't act right in public. That's pretty much the way it is.
Okay, let's go ahead and rewind the tape, and we'll see. What side you were actually really on back then. Headhunting, how you doing? Lizzie's in the house. Old school 2.0.
The business, that's what side I'm on. That's your side. I'm never on your side.
Headhunting saying, gosh, turn on some lights.
Yeah, we're going to keep it nice and dark.
I love how that looks. Who's winning the Super Bowl?
Eagles by 30.
I would say America. America's winning.
You're losing. You're losing, America. Because you know why? You let the effing Chiefs back in the Super Bowl. Jesus, we're done. We're done with Jackson or whatever his name is, and that old horse face girl of what is that?
Leave Brittany alone.
Is her name Brittany?
I think so.
God, I would never say that to Britney Spears.
You know what's wrong with America? You, America.
Oh, Jesus.
You.
Yeah, cheers to you, pal. Yeah. You got that nice Strikeout beer cup. Does it have a good hand feel to it? That's what I've always been told.
Absolutely.
Fits good in the hand. I'm taking the refs.
That's pretty tasty.
That is.
Always take the refs, but I think in this game, the refs won't have to come in and stop too much because of the simple fact that, like I said before, Eagles have a superior defense. There's a reason they're there. They have a good offense.
They had the easiest road to the Super Bowl in the last 15 years.
The toughest challenge that the Chiefs are going to face is the fact that their defense is just subpar. Right. So you have Mahomes is going to feel that pressure. He's already got a bum wheel, probably going to start limping kind of early. I think first quarter, he's going to start limping because he knows this is an uphill battle. But I expect Kelsey to score a touchdown. I expect A.J. Brown to score a touchdown. We'll talk about those later during our prop picks. But how about you? What do you think about the Super Bowl, Mr. Brews?
Honestly, I think KC is going to do enough to eke it out.
You think so?
I think so.
So they're going to eke it out in your category.
We'll get into it here in a little bit.
I mean, you've got the coaching advantage there, right? Andy Reid is a superior coach by far over, I don't know, what's the
Sirianni,
Eagles?
right?
Yeah,
Sirianni.
yeah.
Don't act like you don't know who he is.
I thought he was the mayor of New York. I don't know.
Right? I've heard this name before. And I like that he's a wild ass. Like, that's one of my favorite parts about him as a coach. He's just like sitting there grabbing his crotch, telling the fans to F you and stuff like that.
So he fits right in with the Eagles.
Yeah,
fan base.
He's Baker Mayfield as a coach. You know what I mean? He's all cock, right? He doesn't give a shit.
Headhunting said the Eagles are sending Mahomes to the hospital.
In a body bag.
Put him in a body bag, Johnny.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It is pretty tasty.
So we've had a couple beers tonight. We did pregame beers. Let's just let everybody know at home. We do our pre-show beers. We've had three beers. One of them was a 25%er. It's probably going to be uploaded tomorrow if I can feel my legs and get out of bed tomorrow because I was a little wobbly. She goes, "You seem like you're drunk." I can feel it in my leg right about here.
Feeling a little weak.
And so we'll have everything loaded this week, this weekend as well. But yeah, just to give you a little heads up. And then if you want a little extra content, check out patreon.com/strikeout beer.
You get the mid-show chug there.
Yeah.
Maybe some new drinking apparatuses? Are we going to brust those out tonight, or what are we doing?
I don't know what brust means. I need a definition. Can I get it
wait,
using
we owe headhunting a cheers from last stream.
Oh, that's right.
When we had Apty. So take a drink.
Did he have to bring it up?
He did. He brought it up.
Headhunting. Have you ever got any Strikeout Beer swag from us, like sticker, koozie, anything like that?
I have some shirts.
You have a shirt? What size shirt do you wear, Headhunting? I feel like you need a little something. All the support that you give to this show and to RD streams, I feel like we need to get something sent to you.
Message the page with your address. We'll send you something.
Yeah, he's over on Twitch. So, yes, throw a whisper there and where you want it sent to, and we'll go there.
Yeah. We'll hook you up, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. My sticker never showed up. I don't know why it didn't show up. Couldn't tell you.
Blame the post office. Is it Biden's fault?
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it, but Jesus, last night was a train wreck.
Hey, if Trump was president, you would have gotten him.
I'd love some swag. All right, do me a solid.
Yeah, send us your address.
Whisper to the page. Include your shirt size if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And where you want it sent to. I'm not asking for your real name, but if we put Headhunting on the envelope, we got to make sure it still gets there. You can put fucking Magoo, Rippers McGee. I don't give a shit, but all right, there we go. All right. You don't like paying $10 for a carton of eggs? I don't know, man. How about you? You like doing that?
I mean,
Jesus. So special guest night. Now we usually make you spend points to ask the guest a question, but if you have a question for Stefan here, Brews are us. Just go ahead and ask it, put in the chat, and we'll get to it as soon as we can. How about that? You up for answering some questions? If anybody has any.
Little AMA action going on.
You.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, a little AMA. So anything you want to ask them.
There you go. Oh, we got this fella coming out to drop the puck. Nice. I was supposed to go to a Ranger game one time when I was up in Manhattan, and I was so excited. I was like, we're gonna go here, and then for whatever reason, the tickets were like $200. I don't know who the hell was in town, but all of a sudden, the tickets were like $200 a game. I go, I'm not paying that. And then Jersey, the Devils were playing. I go, it's like $50 over there. We got to hop on a couple trains, but we can get there. And then I couldn't get Lizzie to do it. Like all of a sudden, I'm drunk in a bar somewhere. I feel like she got me drunk on purpose. Maybe
she slipped you a little something.
I mean, I think she was just slipping me drinks. That's what it was. She goes, we ain't going to no effing game in New Jersey.
Jersey.
We're in Manhattan. We're staying in Manhattan. So I was over in Koreatown doing shots, having the time of my life.
Oh, man.
I just like to party.
How was your weekend?
Yeah, it was all right. I got drunk on Friday and I slept the rest of the weekend.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's every weekend, right?
Dude, not really. So Friday night we went out
all of January.
I went to Three Nations, right? And went out there. I love the place, love the beer, and I always get the same beer because I've had all their beers anyways, which is a great variety. If you ever head out there, they got at least 10 beers, at least 10 different beers on tap.
Yep.
I always get Interstate Lager. It's my easy go-to. They got good food there too. So I was just hanging out, enjoying it.
A burger.
Lizzie and I were sitting there talking. They do got a good burger. And so Lizzie and I were just sitting there talking, and boy, she is just fucking slamming away. And she goes, you want another round? You want another round? And so I'm like trying to keep up with her for once. And so, we get out of there, and then there's this bar. I was like, well, we were meant to go to. It's like right there on Main Street.
Right.
It's called Poor Choices. And so we're like, let's go in there. Let's
go make some poor choices.
Wrong with the name like that.
And it's weird. It's the only bar you've ever seen in your life where all the effing lights are on. It's brighter in there than any place on earth.
Huh.
I don't know why all the lights are on, but they got them all on. So we're sitting there hanging out, and I noticed the whiskey on the walls back there, and I'm like, it's like someone told me that Wild Turkey 101 needs to be my base whiskey.
Okay.
I was like, yeah. It's like it's gonna be a sipping whiskey. She goes, oh well, can we get a couple of those? I go, don't give me a couple of those. I don't want one. I'm trying to behave myself. I've already had a bunch of beer.
Well, she wanted one, right?
Well, she said a couple. And
right.
She's
so that's
pointing
two.
to me. And so she looks at the guy, and he looks at me. I go, mm-mm. I was like, mm-mm. And so I just sat there. I go, just keep the Miller Lights coming.
No, give me 2 Utah.
No, I go, keep the Miller Lights coming. I end up talking to this guy all night about like motorcycles and riding and stuff like that. And we have a bunch of beers. She's like, and the atmosphere is pretty cool. We're just sitting there having fun, having some beers and whatnot. And then finally, she's like, I can't drink that whiskey. That whiskey was just sitting there. So I just eyeballing it the whole time, just looking down at it. And eventually I started picking it up and sipping it. And then I ended up knocking it back. But I was like, that was it. I was like, I'm not drinking anymore. Woke up next morning, butt naked in my bed. Don't know what the hell's going on, And then Saturday I just slept it off. I couldn't do anything. My legs didn't work on Saturday. So that was the end of my weekend because Sunday I didn't do shit either.
Yeah, because we were supposed to go do something on Saturday, but I never hit you up because I was sick all weekend. and I didn't hear from you, so I assumed you didn't go do anything. Because typically you'll hit me up and be like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Mhm.
I didn't hear from you at all, so I was like, "All right," but I didn't notice that until Sunday because, like I said, I slept pretty much all day Saturday and Sunday.
You drink a bunch of NyQuil and
I was just I didn't even drink any NyQuil. I just was just done. So I didn't do anything.
The weather changes around here has got everybody knocked on their ass anyway.
Dude, it hit me on Thursday.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't feel good. Liz looks at me, she goes, "You're not sick. You're just hungover."
I hate when they say that.
And I'm like,
I know when I'm hungover.
I understand I haven't drank in a month. Okay. And I tied one off. I think I was like 15 beers later. I think I knocked back like 15 beers on Wednesday.
You got a drinking problem.
Oh, I hadn't had
a
beer
problem.
I hadn't had a beer in a month.
So I went to bed, straight to bed. No question.
Address sent. All right, Headhunting. We'll get that to you, brother.
Thank you.
I'll get that in the mail tomorrow. How's that sound?
Put your shirt size in there as well.
Yeah.
Put that shirt size in there.
I was like, I'm not hungover. I'm sick. And then a couple days later, she realized, okay, you're not hungover anymore.
Yeah.
Like you haven't had anything since Wednesday. So
right. All right, appreciate that. Thank you. How about you? Did you have a good weekend? Did you do anything eventful?
No,
nothing
absolutely
at all.
Not. You know, just hung out with the fam, played video games with the kids. You know, kept it pretty low key.
You've been streaming lately, though, right?
Yep.
Doing a little Destiny 2?
A lot of Destiny, yep.
I asked everybody who I was like, everybody got the Hogwarts game, you know, or Legacy, because everyone's streaming that shit like crazy. And he was the first one was like, no.
I talked to Cole. Cole was like, "Hey, have you played Hogwarts Legacy?" I was like, "No."
Yeah. He's
like, he goes, it came out whatever day. He goes, I started playing it at 12 and I was still playing it 8 hours later. Like he's like, it's the first game in a long time that when I sit down and I start playing it, I just lose track of time.
Yeah.
You know, for me, that was Horizon Zero Dawn was the last game that I played like that, where you just sit down and you play it and like
that's a lot of electrical stuff.
For my what?
That's quite a bit. Oh, what do we got here from this just in? Alan thinks Eli's better than Brady. Breaking news, people.
No.
Eli Manning is better than Brady, according to Alan.
No.
You serious?
No.
God, you're a lunatic.
I would never say that.
I knew this guy's all he does every time he leaves, he's like, man, we're going to Super Bowl next year. He's like trying to high five me and shit. I was like, why don't you just get in your car and just leave? You know what I mean? He's like, tell me that the Lions are going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, I didn't say we're going. I said, you know what? We're going to go around and win this whole damn thing
next year. That's what I'm saying. So he says the same dumb shit about Eli being better than Brady.
I have never said that.
You know,
I have never said that.
Weekend suck. I do that. You know how much money I think with the we've with the warranty we have, with the insurance we've had, the claims we've had to have. I'm like, dude, I'm so fucking done. And I'm sure my warranty and insurance companies are done as well. Like they're just over me as well. I just don't want any more part of this. So you haven't played it. You haven't played it either. Hogwarts Legacy.
I have a little interest, but in all honesty, it looks like a revamped version of what they released 5, maybe 8 years ago on Xbox. They had another series of Harry Potter games. It kind of looks exactly like that.
Someone mentioned that the other day. I think our guy Harry Grundleson was playing, Blackjack was playing and whatnot, and then like the chat was kind of talking about it. I think this is, but you can be as evil as you want right out of the gate. And so there's been a lot of memes, a lot of funny shit. Like as soon as like the trolley cart lady comes by, anything from the trolley there? And he goes, oh no, we're gonna fucking just lighting people up, man. Just like killing people from the absolute beginning. But I haven't played it yet, so I don't know.
So what is it kind of like Mass Effect, where you know you make the decisions and the game is kind of curated?
It's RPG
based on those.
Yeah, it's role playing game all the way. So I assume it's intuitive and things like that, where it's gonna. Exactly like you just said, curate the game. You start going bad, it's gonna, but you got to learn as well. You can't just be, you can't know everything from the beginning, right?
Yeah,
you got to go through the steps and whatnot.
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know this thing came out until like just now. Like I think yesterday was the first day I heard about it.
I mean, you're cutting edge usually, so you usually know when stuff like this comes out.
No, bro. But I didn't hear anything about it. It's not multiplayer, which sucks, says Whiskey.
Right now, it's not. It's gonna be definitely a role play, like a full on multiplayer game. It has to be, right? They're gonna have to evolve this to where you got like battle royales and shit going on.
Everyone's flinging their sticks around,
just going ape shit. They're gonna have a nice little Quidditch battle and stuff like that. You know,
let's say it's gonna be like a old time brawl from like the 60s, where everyone grab their switch and stuff.
Yeah. What up, Bruce? There you go. Whiskey, if you have a question for Bruce, you can ask it. We got the
question.
Anything is open tonight.
All questions will be answered today.
Got a couple games on right now. Philly and
HP
Boston
game
playing.
looks way dumb.
What?
Well, I mean, maybe it is. I don't know.
No, I don't know about way dumb. I don't think about way dumb.
I haven't even seen a video of it. Okay.
You haven't seen anything of it?
Nothing.
Oh.
Whiskey, we got a question for you from Whiskey.
Okay.
He wants to know top or bottom.
Check out my OnlyFans. You'll see.
Okay.
I feel like if you're on top, it's a lot of work. If you're laying on bottom, she does all the work.
You can just kind of, unless you're a power bottom, right?
If you're a power bottom, you're going to town.
You're just going to
It's
town.
all you're just holding them and just whatever.
You know, yeah.
Just try not to throw out a hip.
You grab it, yeah. Man, that's a young man's game. Young man's game. I watched a couple streams of it yesterday. It was meh. I mean, it is what it is. It's not going to be action packed all the time. It's role playing, right?
I think the hype is going to go away maybe within a week.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think everybody today, like when I pulled up Twitch, it was like fucking everybody was streaming that. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And so, but I'll go to Harry's stream because he's hilarious. Right? I'm like, you fucking killing
Harry's
everybody you
just
can.
fun.
I was like, you killing everybody you can. He goes, anybody I come across is dying. I'm like, my boy. I go, hell yes.
But yeah, no.
Beer is super crushable. Real quick,
Really?
recap it for us real quick. Right?
We're drinking Brunettes. It's got a nice little country girl on there with a nice little Dolly Parton head of hair.
Got that big old, what do they call those things? I don't know. If Lizzie was in there, she'd be able to tell us. It's like a bump or something. Remember a bump it? Holy shit, it's a bump it.
Bump it.
Man, there was this chick that worked with us at our job.
Her hair was immaculate.
And she had this crazy bump. It was fucking huge. I was like, what the? I just looked at him like.
But her hair was just like so, like there wasn't a strand of hair out of place.
Really?
Like it was just,
chick?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yep.
Yeah. Her shit looked like she just got like a fucking electrocuted.
Oh, it was Bump It, and then there was Ponytail, the girl who had the ponytail. That
I was like, man, fucking looked like she was electrocuted. The only reason I know what that looks like because I've been electrocuted before by like a
whiskey.
A 220.
Take a drink.
Freaking cheers to you. That's you too. So I got pinned between my washer and dryer once and just got electrocuted the shit out of. I got a problem with electricity. I don't like it. Don't like it at all.
I don't think it likes you.
I'm telling you, I don't even mess with that kind of shit anymore. And I like as I'm trying to put a light over the sink, like it was like Lizzie wanted to. So there was a light fixture there that's matte black. Or no, I'll tell you what, it was galvanized steel looking thing. You know that rust ass look like exactly the letters behind you.
Yeah.
She wanted matte black. I was like, well, I can take care of that, no problem. Let me get in there and go to work. And so as I'm fucking with the damn electrical outlet, my hands start sweating. Because I'm like, this is gonna zap me off this damn thing. I'm gonna die today. It's gonna zap me right across the room.
Die today.
And so as I'm sitting there messing with my hands are starting to sweat. They're starting to sweat now just thinking about it. And I'm trying to get the freaking the wires together. I'm trying to put the electrical tape over them. And the electrical tape's not sticking anymore because I got all my sweat on them. I was like, dude, there's nothing more terrifying than electricity, I think. I think electricity is like the most terrifying fucking thing in the world.
It will fuck the world up.
Yeah.
It definitely will. Yeah, I definitely don't want to mess with electricity.
Okay.
So today is National Iowa Day.
File Leonard, who gives a shit?
National Iowa Day?
Iowa Day.
Okay.
What else is it?
That's all we care about. Is National Iowa
No
Day.
one's from Iowa in here.
Dude, there's a lot of famous...
You don't know anybody from Iowa.
What about Tom Arnold?
Like the actor guy?
The guy who used to be married to Roseanne?
Yeah, no one cares.
From Iowa.
Oh, cool.
No, that doesn't do anything for you?
Not even a wiggle down there.
How about Johnny Carson?
Didn't know him.
A little wiggle, but
yeah, I didn't.
He was great. You can't deny his greatness, though.
I never watched him, so I have no idea how good or great he was.
Oh my gosh. Let's see here. Adam Devine.
Is that the guy from Workaholics?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Meh? Can I get a meh for that? Nothing good. He thought he was going to come in here with like banging.
Hold on.
It's my grandmother's birthday. Let's go ahead and say happy grandma to Mama.
Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, God. He was great for like 45 seconds, wasn't he?
Ron Livingston.
Who the hell's that?
Oh, okay.
Who's Ron
Office
Livingston?
Space.
Really?
The main guy. Yeah.
Main guy. Office Space.
Elijah Wood. That do anything for you?
No.
Not really.
You had me at Livingston, though.
Okay. Let's see here. John Wayne.
Still Livingston.
Who's that? Who's John Wayne? The cowboy guy?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. You know, they had to change the name of his airport that he had in California because they were like realizing, like, he said some weird shit back in the, like, yeah, no shit. It was the 40s.
How about Brandon Roth?
Superman.
Superman.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, nothing for you.
Not even a wiggle.
Not even a wiggle. Ron Burgundy.
I've heard of him.
He's kind of a big deal.
Wait, hold on. The guy that plays Ron Burgundy or Ron Burgundy?
Ron Burgundy.
Oh, shut up.
Okay. Well, if none of that did anything for you, how about the greatest captain in Starfleet history?
Oh,
We're talking about James Tiberius Kirk.
The only reason I know that I think is because of that movie. You know, the movie that had a recent, was it 2009?
With Chris Pine?
Yeah. That actually got me into like Star Trek a little bit. I was like, okay, because that was a really good movie.
It was. I
Did you watch
enjoyed
that movie film?
Yeah.
Movie film? Yeah.
Phil?
Film.
How you doing, Phil?
Movie film. It's National Kite Flying Day.
Yeah. You want to go fly a kite?
I have a kite. It's Boy Scout Day. You're not excited?
Eh,
Aren't you a Boy Scout?
I was.
Yeah, there you go.
Not anymore.
Guys just tip to tip
I
all the
outgrew
time.
it.
You know what I mean?
They kick you out when you turn 18.
Or, you know, the other
Yeah,
stuff.
whatever. Yeah. But I mean, it's not like we're gonna go fly a kite.
I mean, I have the kite if you want to do it.
We're not gonna. Okay, we flying a kite mid show
I mean, we can.
during the mid show chug.
Yeah. We'll have Stephen fly the kite. We're just like, salute America. Tim Leonard in the house. What's up, buddy? How are you doing?
What's
Is
up,
this
Professor?
heaven? What's up, Mike? Mike and Whiskey Pro. Bruce, who is your favorite stand-up comedian? This is just a way for Whiskey to say Brad Williams. Like he's just
Well, no one cares about what whiskey says.
yeah.
Favorite comedian?
Stand up.
Stand up.
Yeah.
It's a toss up. Dave Chappelle is up there.
Just won a Grammy.
Did he really?
Jon Stewart.
Or Oscar or whatever.
He's a stand-up comedian?
Yeah,
he just did the
he
Daily
started
Show.
as a stand-up comedian. Him and Chappelle opened for him way back in the day.
No shit.
Yo,
Richard Pryor for me, I think.
Kennison.
I don't know who that
Can't
is.
go. What?
Never heard of her. She sounds hideous, though.
Sounds hideous. What? Little Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy's okay.
He has his moments.
Eddie Murphy delirious. I'm talking old school Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, he's all right. Not great. Like
Eddie Murphy
his stuff
delirious
was
is pretty damn funny.
Was that in the red or the purple?
I
that
think
was
red.
The red.
Yeah, the red jumpsuit.
the red one? Yeah, because the other one was purple. But yeah.
Dave Chappelle is the goat of stand-up. Okay,
He is.
according to Whiskey. So if anybody's wondering what some dude from the colony has to say about anything, you know, there you go.
Okay, so what do you think about George Carlin?
Oh, he was the greatest.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Give me the greatest. Is Kennison? You mean Sam Kennison?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
literally what he said.
I thought he said just had Kennison. I couldn't put the two together. So
Kennison.
Sam Kennison. Yeah,
Sam
yeah.
Kinison.
The guy that he screamed all the time
Yeah.
from Back
Wait,
to School.
I thought that was Bobcat.
Bobcat, go
Go
away.
away.
Carlin, Andrew Dice Clay was great. I remember when Andrew Dice Clay. Holy shit!
He was a shock jock.
Yeah, he was. He was. He was a shock jock on a comedy stage.
Was there anything cooler in middle school than having like an Andrew Dice Clay record? And I'm talking record,
A
okay?
record. Dude, it was amazing. And was Bill and Ted? He was in Bill and Ted.
George Carlin.
Well, yeah, he was the. What the hell was his name in that thing? Seems like everybody should know that.
Steve.
He was the guy that Robin Williams. Nah, not really.
Robin Williams pretty damn funny.
He was funny, but not great. I mean, being funny is different, right? Like you're like, hey, you got a couple drinks, you're laughing. Like, oh, this guy's kind of funny.
I
He's
mean,
not
I
that
wasn't
funny.
drinking back when he was funny.
Yeah.
So
Ron
Yeah,
White.
it was
Ron White is actually kind of hilarious.
Eh.
Carlin,
old
Cat
stuff
Williams, yeah. Carlin's or Ron White's old shit too. Ron White was funny. I love Carlin.
have you ever gone and seen a stand-up comedian live? Like,
Yes.
like a big one. Like,
gone to a comedy show?
yeah, like who have you seen?
I've seen Christopher Titus. I've seen Gabriel Iglesias. I've seen George Lopez.
I don't know
And
any of
there's
these guys.
another one that I cannot.
I don't know any of
for
those
life.
people you just mentioned.
Really?
You do.
Other than George Lopez, he
You
had
know
a show
George
right,
Lopez.
like WB or
The-
something.
Gabriel
Like that.
George
Iglesias
Lopez.
had the show.
That's
It's the fluffy.
the fluffy guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen him live.
what's his name?
Gabriel
Gabriel
Iglesias?
Iglesias.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I know that guy. Yeah.
I went with Mike Graham and saw
Oh, fuck.
Dane Cook once
Oh, Jesus.
out at the American Airlines.
God.
How was he on that?
It was. I laughed my ass off,
Dane Cook used to be funny.
dude.
Like, that
This
guy
was
like-
back in his heyday.
I mean,
Yeah.
he was good
Yeah.
back then. What do we got? On Broadway's his best work. Yeah, I'll take your word for it. Watch the start of Golf by Robin. I don't know. We'll see.
Uh-huh.
Fun fact: Ron White stopped drinking. That doesn't sound like a fun fact. Ron White jokes about flying to Flagstaff. Don't know what that is.
when he stopped drinking on stage, he stopped getting funny.
Yeah. So, some people need that little extra, right? You just need it. He was getting out of hand by the end of the shows, but it was funny as shit because I was already out of hand. You know what I mean? When you're watching somebody, they're sitting there drinking, you're sitting there drinking the whole time. I mean, fuck, it's hilarious by the time the end of the show comes around.
Right.
But yeah, if it's like, well, he's not as funny when he's not drinking, well,
you know, there's two right now that I can watch on a daily basis and never get tired of their stuff.
Dane Cook rated someone, I think someone that Informable knows, or someone else, some other streamer that I follow. They mentioned the other day. It says Dane Cook was on live on Twitch. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, but
I didn't know he was on Twitch.
Yeah. But he rated. I watch Austin Eckler on Twitch. Austin Eckler streams on Twitch along with Jay Muse.
Jay Muse,
I know him. Yeah.
And so
but yeah, a hell of a Fortnite player.
Dane Cook rated someone that they know him or whatever, and it's like, holy shit, no kidding. I was like, so I went and checked them out. Nowadays, Bert and Tom. I don't know who the hell Bert and Tom is.
I think he meant to say Bert and Ernie.
Bert and Ernie.
Yeah.
Solid stuff. Yeah, solid stuff.
But who were you saying?
Oh no, I was just gonna say
nowadays
Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura.
Okay, that's probably who he was talking about nowadays.
Now.
Bert and Tom, yeah.
Oh, Bert is the machine, right?
Machine.
The machine. Who's the other guy?
Tom Segura.
Yeah. Oh, Tom Segura.
Looks like the guy from Punk Rock Factory.
I think so, right? Yeah. Let me just get a look at him real quick. Okay, yeah. I know that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, modern.
Is it like Two Bears podcast or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Two Bears, One Cave.
Something like that.
Those guys are pretty funny. Like the shit that they talk about, the stories that they tell, and things like that. It's quite hilarious, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Is Headhunt said Rashad Jennings streams too. Okay.
Right over. Football player.
Yeah. Wide receiver
for the Giants.
I don't know who he's with now.
Colts?
He used to be with the Browns.
No,
Browns. Oh, it's Packers.
No. Go Pack
Is
Go. Rashad Jennings.
Football. Whiskey
Jenkins?
Pro said Hornswaggle from WWE streams. He said, you know who he's talking about.
Oh God.
I know him.
Are you dorks about to put like either a wrestling podcast or something?
As far as podcasts, I don't know.
I thought he said, man, I want to start a Twitter page for just that. I'm like, that's interesting. So is he going to start a Twitter? Chime in.
I think. I don't know.
Who's starting it? You're starting a Twitter page?
Him and Whiskey is.
You and Whiskey are going to do something together?
And Red Bread.
The Bradical. I'll be in on that.
A lot of wrestling talk. Yeah.
You, Whiskey, and Rad Brad doing a podcast.
More so them. They're the superstars.
Well, someone else has to do it because Whiskey won't do it.
The silent Bob in the background.
Like Whiskey, he'll be like he'll want to do it, and then he's got like I don't know, audio and video. It took him like 2 years to tell him to turn his mic around.
Pass that over.
And he was like, no, it totally works. He's sitting there beating the shit out of it. I go,
as he's hitting this side of
like,
it.
Hey, dumbass, turn the mic around. And see, the cool thing about when you want to do anything with like a stream or something like that, they already know audio and video, right? It's these other clowns that don't know anything about it. And you're like trying to walk them through it and whatnot. No offense, but he's figured it out now. He's got it figured out.
A couple years later, but just before he quit.
I was just talking about this the other day, is how much I like Just Be a Dad podcast and mostly football. I like Dylan and I like Nate. They're great together. And I actually miss Whiskey. I miss that show because on Monday nights, you could just sit there, you go in there, you have a couple drinks as you're watching and fucking derail the shit out of it.
It's easy.
Because Dylan's ready at any moment's notice to go completely far right. Like he's ready to go.
He's waiting for the cue to start a stand-up routine.
You a hardcore kind of guy? Okay.
I am.
You have to. You got to take it easy on that napkin in your stomach.
If you don't have foam all the way down here towards the bottom, you're not pouring it right.
I mean, there's a way to pour it without getting that much foam.
I want a lot of foam. Even smack it down on the table and stuff like that, man. It's that 25%. We started off with a 25% tonight.
I can't believe you did that, dude.
I had a Viking helmet on. We were in the backyard because it was ice.
I thought it was a Viking beer.
Ice mares or whatever.
Ice mare, yeah.
So we decided to go outside because he goes, it's freezing ass cold outside. I go, let's go outside. And so we went out next to the pool. He was trying to get me in the pool. He goes, let's go nuts deep in the pool and review this beer.
Why not?
We should have done it. Now that I think about it, it's total missed opportunity. I blame myself for it. And it's like shit like that. It didn't come around again. You know what I mean? Like we should have just done it. We should have gotten the pool.
Please, some of you got photos or video wearing the Viking helmet.
It's on the
there's a whole beer review with it.
Yeah.
That one right there. That helmet right there.
Yeah. So that used to be the raid helmet. So like if we were going to raid somebody on Facebook or Twitch or whatever, I'd put the raid helmet on and we're going to go. But now it just hangs out on Chuck over there. Chuck keeps it on, but I put it on today for the video for the Ice Age. Was Ice Mare?
Ice Mare.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'll show you real quick what it's like. But anyhow, yeah.
So that is limited, right? You were only able to get it for a short
unless
period
they
of time?
still have some left. I don't know if they do or not.
There ain't no way
Okay.
they got any
I hadn't
left.
heard if they sold out or anything like that, but it was originally just going to be on that Saturday for their Winterfest. It's $25 a can. And then
There you go. That's what it looks like.
they said they had a lot of people that hit them up saying, hey, we
Nice.
can't make it on Saturday. It's going to be available any other time. So they opened it up for Friday too. And he hit me up, and I just so happened to leave work early that Friday. And he texted me, he's like, hey, they're selling it today. If you get a chance to go out there. And I was like, well, I'm going to go right now.
Yeah.
Like as soon as I got his message, I drove out there, sent him a picture of the side of the building. Martin House said, hey, he's like, all right, let's go. And grabbed it and grabbed a couple other, the lacquer lager, the one that we had earlier. That one. And I got a couple other that we haven't had yet from there.
I really like Martin House. They're one of the few that, you drop 10, maybe $15. You get a wristband and you get 3-4 free beers.
You sure that isn't raw?
That's raw.
No, that's Martin House too.
Martin House does it now too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they've done it for at least 5-6 years.
Huh.
Yeah.
I've never.
Now, I don't know
maybe
if
for the
they've
special release or something
lowered
like that.
the
Maybe a special
amount of
release.
beer that they give you if they dropped it from 4 to 3 or something like that. But yeah, it's a wristband, souvenir glass.
The
And
last
they
time
fill
I
it.
was out, so I went out there they did it for the pizza beer.
Yeah.
And it was $10 or $15. And you got 3 8-ounce pours. So you got 3 half pours and a Ninja Turtle pint glass.
I got one. It's for sale. But yeah, I
the
have
Ninja
one.
Turtle pint glass. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got one. I got it for you.
Yeah.
I have, I think, maybe 10 Martin House pint glasses
I've got
because
a few.
I was always doing the little tour. That
We
they would
used to
do.
always go on like Monday. I swear you're talking about raw.
Yeah, I see. I got a bunch of raw.
God, I
glasses.
feel like you're talking about raw.
No, I
but
guarantee you, it's Martin House.
Yeah.
Martin House
Okay.
does it.
I've never bought a wristband from Martin House.
Because what you would do is you would pay for the wristband, and it does the tour too. So after the tour, then you get like 3 or 4. I'm not. You know
God,
what? I'm not
talking
gonna
about
get-
raw.
No,
I've never-
I'm
I
not gonna
swear
get
to
Sailor on this
God,
one.
I've never
You're
done
talking about raw.
I've never done a tour at Martin House, but that's that's Raw's bit, right? Like
That's raw. Everything you're saying is raw.
I went to Raw
Saturdays, right?
I went to Raw
Everything
on one of my
Saturdays,
one
yeah.
day thing, right? Like I was like, hey, I'm having a beer, I'm leaving. That's when I was hitting breweries like crazy for the show, and I went and I swear to God, that's what I was doing. And I tried to pop into Raw for just a beer, and they wouldn't
On a
sell.
Saturday,
They
they
would
don't-
not
yeah,
sell
yeah,
me a
yeah.
beer.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, if you get a wristband, it's better. I go, I'm not looking for a deal. I'm looking for a beer. So here we go.
Let's see
Let's see what we got here.
Your current tap room hours.
$15 for the wristband.
8-ounce
pours. What does it say anything about a tour?
Okay, so you get 8-ounce pours.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
so
half pours.
at Raw you get the 16-ounce Yanks. You
You
know
get
what I
the
mean?
full-
You get
the
the
full bore.
you get the
Yeah,
pint
yeah.
glass, and you get the pint glass to go home. So that's also the reason why I was asking if you're collecting pint glasses, because I've been giving away pint glasses like it's going out of style because I want them
That's
out of
all
my
I
house.
collect. That and growlers.
The growlers I have a couple. Where the hell did I get them from? I can't even think right now. But I rotate them in and out with brew fighters, and I still have Zach one of their badass ones. I mean, it's like steel, handle with the
Oh,
wire
yeah,
bar.
yeah,
I still
yeah.
have that. So if we want to get funny and have some beer that we don't know if it's sealed and we don't know what it is, I got
something.
a growler in that in the fridge. Like I'm very excited just thinking about
Oh
it.
man.
But yeah, I like going to breweries. I've never taken the tour, like ever. All the places I've been.
done the raw one once.
You done it one time?
I've done the raw one once, and then when I went to
Mississippi.
and Louisiana,
Uh-huh.
because I started out at
Mississippi Mudslingers.
no,
Mississippi Birth Bath.
what's the big brewery? Abita.
2 holes, 1.
Abita.
Okay.
We started out at Abita
Yeah.
and did the tour there,
Yeah.
and then went to
Mississippi Mudslide.
no, then we went to Mississippi's oldest brewery.
Which they make a Mississippi Mudslide.
No, that's actually brewed in like New York.
No, it's
Yes, it is. The Mississippi.
why would they brew it in New York and call it Mississippi? That doesn't make any sense.
Why not?
I don't know.
But then we went to that one in
Mississippi.
they got the pecan beer.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the name of the brewery
Come on,
is.
dude. You're doing great.
And then we went to another smaller one.
Mississippi Mudslide?
No, it wasn't Mississippi Mudslide. No Mississippi Mudslides.
I remember having that beer. I was like, it's interesting. It's interesting.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. As soon as you find the name, we'll all remember it and whatnot. Yeah. A lot of fun. So how many breweries have you visited? Not taking the tour at. How many breweries have you taken the tour at?
Not counting any duplicates, I would say at least 20 or 30 different breweries.
So when you go to the breweries, you actually take the tour. You want to hear how they're brewing the beer and stuff like that?
So long time ago, what I would do is I would film going to the tours.
Really? Okay.
I would film the tours.
Okay.
Give it the brewmaster. Just get a little insight, and then that would be the videos that I used to do.
Yeah.
So I would travel Austin, Houston, Waco.
And if people aren't aware, you used to do, video blogging, vlogging, or whatever for beer tours and things like that.
It first started off specifically for craft beer. With a few health scares, I started focusing on breweries that were offering a lot of low carb or low cal options.
Mm-hmm.
Being diabetic, so I started focusing on that, and it came to my attention that it's a really, really small market out there with breweries that offer the low cal, especially when it comes to Texas craft beer.
You're telling me.
Now it's more so prevalent.
Now it's more so.
But it's still tough.
But I talk to a lot of people that would love to drink stuff like this, and they don't know. And what I wanted to do with the show originally was try and educate, be like, okay, well, if you want this kind of beer, it's going to be, do the math. It's going to be this amount of carbs. If you take a shot, it's going to be, this is what you're working with.
Okay.
So that everybody can enjoy
educational
the
podcast.
craft. It'd be somewhat educational.
Yeah. We're a, I don't know. How'd that guy describe our podcast at one time?
Joe Rogan 2.0.
No, goddamn, that's somebody else. Question for all of you: is there any type of liquor the three of you stay away from? Yes, I know there is. Alan,
I don't know if there's anything that I avoid now.
I mean, you don't avoid anything. We could tell.
I mean, it's just I don't drink Jaeger as much as I used to.
But you don't avoid it.
I mean, if someone says, "Hey, here's some Jaeger, do you want?" I'll be like, "Okay."
Okay, so Alan doesn't avoid any type of liquor or anything like that. Rumple? Was it Rumple? What the hell's the name of that thing?
Rumple?
Is it actually called Rumple?
Yeah.
God.
Rumple mitts?
That shit is terrible.
That was the knob's go-to back in the
day.
Yeah. So if you were out drinking with the knob and he brought you a shot, it was always Rumple. Always.
It was Jordan and his buddy, the one that was in the band, Travis
Mitchell band.
And so we're out drinking with the Travis Mitchell band one night, and he just wants Rumple. So it's like there's Rumple everywhere. I'm like, this smells and tastes like shit. I don't want any part of it. But he's like, oh, take this and have a little of this, and it is.
Well, it's peppermint.
Yeah. Is there any liquor that you stay away from?
No, not really.
So you're just in for everything.
I mean, I've never tried Rumple. Jaeger, I used to do the Jaeger bomb. It was that in Red Bull.
Jaeger bomb.
What was the red-headed slut? It was Jaeger and
I don't know, but I've had
something else.
Yeah, let's see, red-headed slut.
But yeah, no, I mean, there's not really any. I used to stay away from tequila.
Yeah.
That used to really, really, knock me on my butt. But
was you? Okay. You got Jägermeister, you got Kahlua, coffee liquor, peach schnapps, cranberry juice, tomato juice. It's quite a bit. It's a sophisticated drink. But yeah, redheaded slut shot. For me, it's tequila. I stay away from tequila, and I don't like drinking whiskey a whole lot, but I do have it.
He says but there's no liquor he drinks more than whiskey.
I'm just saying. Can I not tell a story?
It can't be the liquor that you drink the most that you say you stay away from. Because that's what you drink more than anything else.
Well, I tackled the Christmas tree after drinking moonshine, so I avoid that. I don't avoid moonshine. I actually like moonshine if it's pure. If it's pure, straight up out of
White
Kentucky,
Lightning?
Yeah. I like the peach version, the blackberry version.
Is that one of the greatest Lizzie stories ever?
Yeah, that one. That was straight just white line. There was no flavor to it. Yeah, that was crazy.
So if you don't know the story, he used to bring White Lightning home from Kentucky, and it was always in these water bottles. You could only get these water bottles in Kentucky. It was a brand in Kentucky. And Lizzie went to go get a bottle of water one night and was like extremely thirsty. I think she was like drinking that night, and she chugged it and realized after the fact that it wasn't water that she chugged. It was a bottle of moonshine.
Oh my God.
And she goes in the bedroom and telling Brandon's like, I just chugged. I don't know. What am I going to do? Am I going to die? And Brandon rolls over and looks at you and goes, probably. And then rolls back over and goes,
oh my God. I have a lot of family in North Louisiana, and that's basically the go-to drink is moonshine.
Right.
So much so that they actually make their own crap.
Okay. Yeah.
So they would hook me up with mason jars.
Yeah. No, he brings it back in water bottles.
Oh, now we're talking, bro.
So this is from one of our biggest, I don't know about fans, but we're big fans of him, right? Mr. Cletus Henson, actually. He turned me on to Basil Hayden's. This is Kentucky straight bourbon. This is what I've been drinking. You want to peruse the bottle a little bit?
Yes, sir.
This is what I was drinking while I was watching, Peaky Blinders and shit. So I'm sitting there with like a cigarette and, this. I'm on the edge of my seat the whole time.
So real quick,
smoking.
I wanted to follow up on the Mississippi Mud. The Mississippi Mud, famous slow brewed black and tan beer, is from Mississippi Brewing.
You said New York. So is it?
Well, hold on.
It's
from Mississippi Brewing in New York.
Okay, so that's the actual place, right? Mississippi Brewing
is the brewery in New York.
What a stupid ass backwards thing. Is that a whiskey bottle? Oh, buddy. I just went and got it because I know, he's here. Well, we're out of beer.
Stud's in the house.
We only have.
I have beer.
Yeah.
We have beer.
Artfully aged.
80 proof or whatever. Yeah, you have to look that up. So, yeah, this is one that, big shout out to Cletus there, Michael Henson. And so I'd like to just, pour a little bit and, we'll see where the night goes. But
I'll be honest, I never really got into whiskey or any kind of spirits because it would.
I hear it. I'm not pouring it.
I was always a lightweight.
I am a lightweight. I haven't always been a lightweight, but I am a lightweight. Yeah, no problem. So sip that at your leisure. I got it.
I didn't forget beer to the beer show. We've been drinking on me all night, and I still got a whole cooler full of beer here.
We've been drinking on me all night.
Like, El Stud's like, Alan forgot beer to the beer show. No, I didn't forget beer.
No, we have beer. This has all been planned. Alan brought a bunch of beer over. We've gone through 3 beers already for the pregame show. A 25%er, a lager, which was like 4.2.
Lacquer lager.
And then we had the
Hefeweizen, those
which
5.
Was 5. And so, yeah, we've been drinking beers all night. I just went and because he brought up whiskey. He likes whiskey. He likes bourbon. So I was like, I got some nice bourbon here. I got a bottle I haven't opened yet. I've had it for 13, 14 years now.
Again, let me go ahead and
Gentleman Jack.
Here a second ago, he just told us he avoids whiskey, but he's telling us about all the whiskey he has in his house.
I got Tullamore as well that I really like, but I just like to have it sit there.
So you have 3 different whiskeys in the house right now, at least
4 or 5. I got a couple more. But what I'm saying is,
he avoids it completely.
I like the way this looks. So this is where I'm from. I'm from here. And so I got these cups. I picked them up and I brought them back home. And also these spheres. You see this?
Yeah, those are nice, dude.
So we're gonna be doing a giveaway for those. I have you see how clear that sphere is right there?
Yeah.
So the rock that's in there. I was looking for one that they all have on. Everyone has it on TikTok and YouTube Shorts and stuff like that. It's like $1,500. I go, I'm not paying $1,500 to make ice. So I went and found one on Amazon. It makes 4 of these things, and it makes 4 of them, and it's like $40. So we're gonna have a giveaway. I don't know about this month, maybe next month, or we'll figure it out. But it produces rocks that are just that gorgeous. It's crystal clear,
nice, dude. Yeah.
And I really do enjoy it. I think it's great. But I poured mine just to sit there. I just want it.
That's wasteful.
I just want it there, and it's just gonna sit there.
No, it's not.
Well, yeah. So I went and got it
because he avoids whiskey, as he tells us about the 12
Now, see, I don't know
like
too much about whiskey. Period. I've only started getting into it within the last couple of months.
Slippery slope.
It is. A friend of mine introduced me. It was I forgot what the brand was, but it was a 21-year-old Scotch, blended Scotch, super smooth. I was expecting it to kick
blended.
me.
Blended, it was smooth.
Blended Scotch.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to kind of kick me in the throat.
Mm-hmm.
It's how all spirits were.
Mm-hmm.
This one was surprisingly smooth. I was able to, kind of nurse it a little bit. It was perfect. After that, I've been going to Total Wine and getting all sorts of different types of scotch and bourbon. My absolute favorite right now is Dewar's Scotch.
Nice.
I've been dabbling in their 12-year and 15-year age. Both are blended. I mean, it's the right amount of kick for me. I'm not educated enough to really speak on it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's what I like,
I like it. I like enough. There's enough out there. Let's just agree on this. There's enough out there at a reasonable price that someone can buy a nice 750 milliliter bottle for $20-$30 and it's not too abrasive. It's not too crazy or anything like that. But it's like, it's something smooth. You can have a sipper. You have a daily sipper. You can have something that's really higher end that it's not going to break the bank. You don't have to go out of pocket to get all this stuff. Did you want a sip of this?
Is $20.
Huh? Did you want a sip of this?
I mean, I'll take a sip.
Okay. I didn't bring you a cup because I'm not giving you a cup. I'm giving you a sip.
Okay.
Okay. There you go.
I mean,
that's just for you, buddy.
I sat over here feeling all the. I went and cried. I didn't have to pee. I just went and cried.
I was gonna grab you one. I go, you know what? No, I'm not doing it. But but you can drink that one. You can drink that one. But so the other ones, I do have a bunch of bourbon in the house, a bunch of Irish whiskey as well. So I keep,
it's pretty damn good.
It is pretty damn good. And this is, like I said, this is from Michael Henson. Michael Henson, we were talking about it one night, and I was like, what's the recommendation? He goes, Basil Hayden. I was like, you sure? He goes, oh yeah. I was like, okay. So I got it. And I think this is the second bottle of them that I've had that I've kind of gone through and just kind of sat there and sipped on it and whatnot. I don't know anything about whiskey. And it's the same thing with craft beer, right? You have craft beer snobs, you have whiskey snobs. Everybody comes out of their effing woodwork they want to tell you about. I'm like, you know what it does to me? Tastes the same as anything else. I go, I don't have a palate for this. I don't have a palate. Like when they talk about Blanton's, like we were out in the Masters one time, and a buddy of ours, it's a big whiskey guy, big bourbon guy. He's like, oh man, you got Blanton's here. Come on, let's do far. Like I don't pay the premium because I don't know the difference. You could give me Kentucky Deluxe and I won't know the difference. I go, I just don't know these things. And he's like, here, try this. I go, this tastes. I go, let me give you a shot. It's a $3 shot.
Shot.
It tastes the same as the fucking $20 shot.
A friend of mine has been kind of helping me out, educate me. He has these little tiny cardboard cutouts. He's like, if you're drinking this kind of whiskey, look for these particular notes. So I've been kind of training to either sniff out the flowers, the herbs. Some of them would be like the citrus. I forgot what the third one. If it's more not chocolate, but
most of these have like an oaky type. It's more of a
like
wood.
Three different ones, right?
I'm trying to get the cat in here. I went to Facebook to tag him.
I got you.
So hopefully he comes in here.
Well, yeah, even like with Woodford Reserve and things like that. Like that's
my go-to right there is Woodford.
Is it?
Yeah.
So we did the Christmas exchange at work and whatnot. I brought in a small batch, 4 roses, and so it went like the first pick. It was gone. And I got my boss like a Woodford Reserve, like a pretty good sized bottle for Christmas as well. It's like, here you go, have fun. I know he's got a ton. He's got a pretty nice bar, and he's got as many different craft beers as we have in our fridge. He's got that many different bottles of whiskey, bourbon, and scotch in his house. I'm like, shit. And I wanted to get him some Blue Label Johnny Walker.
Oh man, I fell in love as soon as I had that.
I've never had it in my life.
I've never had it either because it's expensive, right?
It's quite
like
expensive. It's quite expensive.
We need to do that sometime.
But I was gonna buy him that, and I was like, I got to the store and we were like, fuck, where the hell is it? I couldn't find it. I was in a rush. I go, fuck, we gotta go. I go, you know what I'm getting? I'm getting Woodford Reserve. And so I got that for him.
It's probably right next to it.
Well, it's probably locked up.
I mean,
it's $200 a bottle, $220 if not that. And depending on what's going on in the market and what's going on in the world, shit, it could be more expensive and it could be locked up or not even available. And just like with anything else, like crazy craft beer, crazy bourbon drinkers and stuff like that, you'll always find snobs. You'll always find elitists. You'll always find all this shit. And you know what? You know how long it took us a while to like fight through half of that shit when we first started drinking craft beer.
Right.
We'd love a beer. Oh, that fucking brewery sucks, man. That brewery.
That's the Nickelbacker breweries.
Yeah,
whatever.
You got people that talking shit.
Hey, I don't mind fucking Nickelback. Whatever.
I was like, I don't get why you're bashing it unless it sucks. If it sucks and it's
a different story, right?
Things like that. I'm all right with it sucks. But if it tastes good to me and I like drinking it, I don't know what your problem is. You know what I mean? I'm not here to to catch a 20-year-old bourbon barrel-aged stout that's been sitting in, 1970 Jim Beam barrels for 14 months. I don't know. Shit tastes like whiskey to me, and I'm not a fan. And so we've never been a fan of that, and it's been kind of an uphill thing for when we first started, obviously. But now we just don't care at this point. We're drinking beer that we want to drink. If it's got a cool can art, that's what jumps off the shelf at us. That's what we like. But then if it sucks, it sucks.
I drank a beer from a brewery that shut down 4 years ago the other day.
Yeah, how was it?
It wasn't bad.
Old Town. Well, I found an old can of Old Town in Louisville.
Oh,
well, I found it at I've seen it for the last year at Total Wine in Plano, Texas. And so I grabbed a can and I grabbed another can, and I know there's 4 cans in that place. I have owned 3.
You got to go back and get the rest.
The last one is next to a can of beer nuts container.
You need to go and get
right
it.
there next to it.
Dude, I would pay for that. What did they turn into? Oh,
they're like nothing now.
Name.
No,
yeah,
they used to be Cobra.
Yeah.
Cobra. That's
and they changed from Cobra to Old Town.
No. It was Old Town first, and then they changed to Cobra.
No, it was not.
I have glasses.
Really? Yeah, we have dated pint glasses and 5K shirts.
Yeah.
I remember going there, and it was nothing but old people. And I'm like, this is not my.
We went and ran the 5K there every year. They had a 5K. They had a 5K there every year just before fantasy football season, because we would go and run the 5K, and before the 5K, we would draw for our draft order for our fantasy football league. And we would go there and we would run the 5K and drink beer, and we would drink almost all day, because the great thing was people, I don't know what it is. Me and him go run a 5K at a brewery. We have at least 3 to 4 people that will walk up to us with their bracelets saying, "Hey, we're done drinking, or we're not going to drink any. Do you want our bracelet?"
Okay. I've seen Hoppenstein does that every Tuesday.
These are actual like 5. That's like a running club. These are like, we'll go to brewery, like they do like a 5K like once a year. I got run that 5K. But yeah, we've done that at different breweries, and like every brewery we go to, there's people, 3 to 4 people that give us their bracelets because they either don't want to drink or they're not going to finish all their beers. So like, do you guys want our bracelet? Yes, we do. But yeah, it was Cobra at first, and then it was Old Town last.
It changed,
yeah,
or it was vice versa. But I remember I was looking for different craft breweries, and I saw the one that was there, downtown Louisville, and
great location.
I went there with an old friend of mine, and it was not the scene that I was expecting. A lot of 70, 80-year-olds just kicking back, whatever. I'm like,
interesting.
Not really the vibe I was going for. I think I had maybe 1 or 2 beers. Beers were great. The location was great. They had the little outside, the warehouse.
Yeah.
All
That's
great.
where they cook the pancakes out there for the 5Ks. Because these 5Ks we go run, there's always someone cooking pancakes.
Yeah.
I could go for some pancakes right now. Yeah.
And that's the only reason we would run these things, was because you get free breakfast with them or whatever. But half the time I don't eat that shit. But I just sit there and drink, and they give us free, and other people would give us free coupons and free tickets and stuff like that. Like, hey, you guys want some extra? I mean, dude, we're sitting there, and they're just giving us like 3 because they're there for the 5K.
Right.
They're not there to drink beer. I'm like, you bunch of weirdos.
Or they drink 1 off there, and they got 1 or 2 more.
Yeah.
You want the rest? Yeah, we'll take it.
So my mustache. Did I tell you what I was going to do? I'm going to shave this first. So I just have this.
Okay.
And then I'm going to shave this. So then I have the sideburns and the mustache.
Okay.
Get the handlebars, the thick handlebar.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm going to shave the chops. And I just have the mustache. Yeah, I don't know.
You can do the Hulk Hogan handlebar
first, I think.
Okay.
And then, but it's going to move to like a normal.
Just keep the chin.
That's what I had before.
He's done that before.
Yeah, that was my whole look. My whole look before was I was completely shaving around here, and I just had
the goatee.
Yeah, just had the bottom part of it. And then it started getting longer, so I kept that. And then I was like, just grow the whole beard. It was like
I used
break
to
or something like
bake
that.
my head, and then I'd grow out just the chin strap.
Really?
And people thought I was hoodlum, so I'm like, forget that.
I mean, they're right. I will fucking kill. I think that ever since I grew a beard, or whenever I had the chin pubes, no one really ever fucked around with me, like, at all.
When I used to do just the goatee for the longest, but it never got long.
Yeah.
But then the beard, I think we're coming up on 4 years since I've shaved.
Yeah. No one messes with you though. It's like, all right, well, that's fine, whatever.
See, I trained for you, fellas. I mean, it was a little bushy at first, but
let it go, man.
4 years. Wow.
I almost got into it in a small elevator in some Vegas casino once.
Huh.
Like some drunk.
You almost got into it in Vegas.
It was some guy.
It was coming from the same guy who walked up to Bobby Hurley and said, "You know what, Bobby? You're not that great."
It was some guy. It's a small elevator. I think we're at the Cosmo or something. And so it's a super small elevator that you have to get, you have to go into it to get downstairs. So it's like it's a set of couples, 2 sets of couples. One guy had a cigarette backwards in his mouth, or whatever. And his buddy's like, "Oh, buddy, don't do that." I go, "Yeah, don't do that, boy. It's gonna light this whole place up. It's gonna, whatever." And he looked at me. He just kind of gave me that fucking stare there, like, "Oh, don't do it." I go, "Yeah, you probably don't want to do that." I'm gonna beat your ass, and if I don't get to you, my wife's gonna slice you up.
Why is it that every issue or confrontation involves you at a casino?
I'm actually pretty good. I hate the other story too. It fucking wakes me up in the middle of the night.
I'm not even talking about that
story.
I
know. That story wakes me up in the night, but most of the time I'm actually pretty good. I thought about it. I go,
when you're at the Toby Keith bar at the casino.
Oh, that thing in goddamn
Oklahoma.
That doesn't count.
What do you mean that doesn't count?
That was what the hell was it? It wasn't Toby Keith's one. It's the one over in Choctaw.
I think that's Toby Keith.
The cowboy one?
The Toby Keith, it's not Toby Keith, it's the other one. It's in Choctaw. The one in the eastern part of Oklahoma. Up 75, not off 35, not in Packersville. It was over in Choctaw.
I love this bar.
No, it's the other one. It's God, I really love it.
So Choctaw is off 75, Windstar is off 35.
35, yeah. What the hell's the name of that bar? They got one, Gillies. It was Gillies up there.
Oh,
that's a one-off, man. That shit didn't. That was a one-off thing.
It's you in a casino.
That was at a bar, technically.
In the casino.
That guy was just looking for
just
trouble.
Like the other one, you were in an elevator.
That guy was looking
in a
for trouble.
casino.
But that other thing, it was just like everybody was telling his friend, I go, "Yeah, don't light that up, buddy." I was trying to be nice. And I go, "Don't light that up, man. It's going to burn your face. I've done it before. It's going to burn your eyebrows off." And he looked at me like I was like, "You little fucking squirt. You ain't going to do nothing. I'm about to fucking bend you in half." I was like, everybody act crazy in Vegas. I don't know what the deal is. No, but that guy was a jerk. The other guy in Oklahoma.
You took the empty bottle.
No one does
stuck that. In his jacket, zipped it up, turned around, and braced for impact because you're waiting for him to
I remember that story.
Dude, who puts empty bottles on someone's table like it's a fucking trash can? That's not my problem. That's his problem.
He has a point.
Yeah, no one does that. I even knocked it off the table twice. I knocked it off the table. Gave him chances out of it. You know what he ended up doing? Carrying that fucking bottle home in his goddamn zip up. Tucked that shit in there and zipped it up.
I promise you didn't take that bottle home.
Yeah. No, he acted like a prick again. I was like, are we going to do it? Are we going to do it or what? Well, yeah, no, I expected to get hit in the back of the head that night. But that wasn't my fault either. That was like, who puts a bottle? Who puts an empty bottle sitting right there?
Are you noticing this theme? It's never his fault.
That other thing wasn't the fault. Neither one of them was my fault. But I did put that bottle in that guy's jacket and zip up his little hoodie. Jackass. Who does that? Yeah. I was like, I couldn't believe you picked it up. He picked it up and put it right back on the table. I go, "This is not a trash can." He goes, "I don't care." I go, "Is that a fact?" Huh, okay. I think that's exactly what I go, huh. Put in his jacket, I zipped it, I go, "There we go. We got it home now." Boy, he looked distraught. And I wish Matt would. Lizzie wasn't even around. Lizzie she was playing slots or whatever. Little Matt was just like, his eyes were about to bulge out of his head. It's like, what are you gonna do?
His head's kind of small. He's a little guy.
So, all right. So we're on our last beer here of the Brunette. You've already mentioned it once. So
from Panther Island Brewing
out of Fort Worth.
Yeah, great brewery. We've had their head brewer on before. She was on with us before. Mm-hmm. Had a great time with her. She brewed some damn good beers there. It's been a while since I've had something from Panther Island.
I used to get that lawnmower, whatever it was. Man, I love that beer. There was some lawnmower beer that they
You're not talking about St. Arnold fancy lawnmower, right?
No. I'll figure it out. Go ahead.
But they do their Ghost My Hero, which is good. And I'm not a huge sour fan, but I really like that one. That one's really good. And they do the Beaver Nuggets beer as well too. Road trip snacks or something like that. Brewed with beaver nuggets from Buc-ee's. But this one's really damn good. Brunette, Firecracker Amber Ale. What do you think about this one?
It's definitely making me want to go back to the brewery. I'll be honest, it's been a long while since I've been there. I wasn't impressed the first time I went, just because it was really, really small. There's a lot of construction, so it seemed very limited.
But the inside part's pretty big. Like, so I've been there once, and I showed up like 30 minutes before they closed just to get some beer to go, because we were going to have the brewer we were going to have her on the show, and I was like, oh, well, I'll be out there on this day to pick up some beer and stuff like that. And so I showed up, to grab some beer and things like that. She had actually hand picked out some beers for us and stuff like that. And had some. I mean, they're just delicious.
I remember I liked the beers. The beers were really, really great. When I got there, it wasn't as active as I was kind of expecting. Martin House is right down the street from Panther Island, so I kind of expected that kind of vibe.
You could throw a rock and hit like 8
right
on that road.
So the atmosphere was kind of a little laid back, not what I kind of expected from a brewery. But the drinks were really, really good. I can't name any off the top of my head.
Right.
But that was one of the main reasons I haven't really been back. Is
the tailgater
really, really small.
That's the one.
That's the one you're talking about. Yeah. The tailgater. Yeah, the tailgater is pretty good. What type of a beer is that one?
It's a pink and purple can. It's a. I'm trying to get the thing and waiting for it to pull up, because I was like, I'm sitting there looking. I go, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, the tailgater is a good one.
It's an American cream ale.
Yeah.
Crisp and bright.
Yeah. Which is really good.
So damn good. This is what it looks like. So, and man, I had that forever.
I've seen that can. I've just never picked it up.
Years and years ago. So I remember having it because I was sitting there watching like Ready Player One, like in the living room.
It's a great
movie.
movie.
Damn it, this beer's good. And so is this movie. I was like, I'm having a time of my life here.
And that's where Rapid Dave peaked. And it's been all downhill since then.
Oh my God.
I was like, man, I remember that beer too. It was so damn good. We're about an hour into the show. I think we should get to like Super Bowl talk, because this is a Super Bowl show.
All right, what are we talking about? There's a Super Bowl going on.
Apparently, it's rigged though. Scripted and rigged. Old School was talking about it earlier, and I said, "Hey, I go, it's not scripted, it's rigged." I go, "There's a difference. If there's a script, and then someone even felt Beard Laws in the house.
What's up, Beard Laws?
What's up, bud?" And it was like, "There's a difference, right?" And he's like, going through everything. So what we're going to do, Alan's going to pull up Bovada or Bet Online or something like that.
Do we want top prop bets during the late night show?
Yeah, I guess
we got 30 minutes. Let's talk the main game right now.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh, geez. I don't know.
Oh, we got to have something to talk about during late night.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
So we'll talk prop bets during the late night show. But like right now, let's talk the main show.
Okay.
The game, the head foosball game.
Are you excited about it?
I am. I actually am really excited.
You excited? Yeah. Are you excited about every Super Bowl?
I'm excited about any Super Bowl. I don't have anything really invested in either team.
Yeah. When was the last time your team went to the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl 45. It was against Green Bay Packers here in Dallas.
That was that game, the Ice Bowl?
Yes.
Holy crap.
I
mean, the game, the weather during the game was great because it's a dome.
Yeah.
No, it's more than that.
No, what Super Bowl was it?
05? If you said 05, right?
2010 or something like that. Yeah, it must have been 2010
so 12
or something
years?
like that. Yeah.
The last time they won was Super Bowl 43 against Cardinals. Last time they went was 45 against Packers. And that one was the one here in Dallas or Arlington.
Yeah, they call it Dallas for some whatever stupid reason, but yeah. 2009 versus the Cardinals. I don't remember that game. Do you remember that game?
Oh, that was a good game, because that was the game that you thought the Cardinals won. Kurt Warner leads them down the field. Larry Fitz gets that touchdown in the corner of the end zone.
Antonio Holmes tippy toe catch in the end zone sealed the deal, man.
But it was, I think the Cardinals scored to go up with like less than 2 minutes left or something like that.
I think so, yeah.
And then because that was this was the big thing. Like everyone was focusing on Larry Fitz's dad, he's a media member up in the media box, and they're looking, and he's giving zero reactions and stuff like that because he's a professional, right? And you got like a minute and a half left in the game. The Sun scores a go ahead touchdown, and you're like, and dude's just
stone cold. And then Big Ben leads him down the field, and it was Antoine Randall L in the corner.
Was it Randall L or was it Santonio Holmes?
Was it San Antonio? Oh, San Antonio.
I think it was Holmes. Yeah,
it was
San Antonio, not San Antonio.
He did a little two step right in that corner
Yep.
end zone.
So according to champs or chumps.usa, they were there in 74, 75, 78, 79,
Yep.
95,
Yep.
2005, 2008, and 2010.
Yep.
So that was the ice ball, 2010, when everything froze over and like there's
So
sheets of ice.
no, was that?
They did
That was
two peaks.
No, 2011.
They lost their.
That was
the fifth
2011.
one.
2010 season maybe, but the Super Bowl was in 2011.
Oh, okay. Because
Okay.
yeah, I mean,
So,
that's,
yeah.
all I can go off is what's in front of me.
31 to 25, that one was. Because I think the year after they won it against the Cardinals, they didn't make the playoffs the next year.
I think they made the playoffs, but they lost in the wild card. I think.
I was just talking to you about that. I was like, do you want your team to make the playoffs, even though they're going to get routed, like just get blown out of the house, right? But you're like, you know what? Yeah, I want them to get it because they have a chance or something like that. You know what I mean?
Nah, well,
but you're like, yeah, let them. I'd like to see them in because this year they had a chance, right? Up until like the
this
last
year they had a
week.
chance. But like I
Did
told
they?
you, I wanted them to have that winning season. That's important.
That was more
to
important.
the Pittsburgh fans.
The culture.
Well,
Tomlin has not had a losing season.
He has not.
15, 16 seasons.
that
That is what is like the bread and butter. They did not want to be that team to give Tomlin his first losing season.
Yeah.
Now, making it to the playoffs, that was going to be, the icing on the cake. But what they were really striving for was to not get that freaking L. They did not want that losing season.
Okay. So that was the whole.
And that was my hope too.
07.
Since 07?
07. 07 was his first year.
Fellow
15 years?
Pittsburgh fan, F Philadelphia. Jesus. All right, Beard Laws, calm down. Bring it on
Yeah,
down.
07, and they went. So he's gone 10-6,
You got a beer I can have over there?
12-4. Yeah, just want to say
Okay.
9-7, 12-4, 12-4. Backed up by a couple of 8-8 seasons in
Now,
2012 and
if-
2013.
If I'm correct, they've only missed the playoffs, I think, 3 times during Tomlin's reign.
Six.
They missed it 6 times.
09.
What did I say? 4 or 3?
3. 2012, 2013, 2018, 2019, and this year, 2022.
Yeah. They were close to making it this year. But I was just happy they got that winning season. They have a lot of potential next year.
6 times he's lost in the first round.
Yeah. No.
So 1 time in the divisional round, and then twice in the 1 year. I mean, they were 2-1. They lost to the Packers in the Super Bowl in 2010. But
I was pretty excited.
Who are we picking this year?
I was getting ready to pull up the spread because
Pull
we
it
got to
up.
look at the spread.
Spreads
It moved from 3 down to 2 down to 1. I think.
Philly's 1.5 spread
That's
with the over under
it?
51. Yeah.
They think the refs are going to get heavily involved in this
No.
year's.
It's 1.5 right now. Yeah.
The
Over
refs,
under's
I think I
51.
looked. Yeah, the refs are, I think, the second least penalized team.
They're going to let them play?
They're going to let them ball, man. They're either the second or third least penalized team officiating. This is going to be a good game.
Yikes. And can we confirm that none of them have a dollar or a cent bet on this game? Any family members, anything like that?
No.
You know what I mean? Because if it's a straight up play, like let them go type thing, I really do think that I seriously do. I think Philly wins this game. There's no way they don't. They have a better defense. They have a pretty good offense. Are they top tier like the Chiefs? I don't know about that. But if you got a quarterback with a bum wheel, maybe.
The one thing Philly has going for them is if my research serves me well, they allowed the second least amount of points per game than anybody. They were ranked 30th, 31
In what?
for points per game
That's
and passing
awful.
yards per game.
30 or 31. You talking about worst?
No, they were the best.
Okay, so that
So
would be
they
like
shut
1 or
people-
2.
reverse it.
Yeah.
They-
You're talking 30. You said
Times
ranked
it by
30 or
-1.
31. So I'm like, whoa.
No,
That's
so
not good.
Did you want some more of that?
defense is there.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing they have going for them.
Who's that?
Really, Philly.
Philly?
I think Philly's got a pretty damn good defense,
offensively,
and they got a pretty good offense. Like their offense
is ranked 10 or 12, I think.
You keep saying I think after, so now I'm starting to get kind of concerned.
Look it up. ESPN right here.
Yeah, you look it up.
I mean, a second ago you told us they were like one of the best defenses, but they're ranked 30 or 31. So I don't understand what's going on.
Like now, I'm very.
I don't know if you know how rankings work.
Philadelphia has the number 3 ranked offense in points per game, 28.1, and yards per game, 389.1. They also have a top 5 rushing offense, 147.6 yards per game, and they lead the league in rushing touchdowns, 32. It's also the top 5 in points and yards per possession. So that's per CBS.com.
Okay.
Now I'd like to know what their defense does, but let's check out, since I just said that.
So let me throw this out here, because I think the biggest concern is with Kansas City with injuries, right?
Let me go ahead. Let me stop you.
Okay.
The Chiefs. The Chefs. Wait, hold on. This is from August 31st. How the hell is this even relevant?
So looking at ESPN, Mahomes is number 1 he leads the lead in passing yards.
Yeah. Annoying wives and annoying brothers.
Yeah. And
annoying siblings.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
I think Kansas City does enough. It's not going to be a high scoring game.
You don't think so?
You don't think it's going to be a high?
All Kansas City has is their offense.
So you're saying hammer the under at 51?
I would hammer the under. They're not going to rush. Their rushing 51? Has been almost non-existent. Kansas City. They do not have a decent running game.
I think it's gotten better over the last
51. All right, so as we talk about all this, we're gonna gather some things together. We still have the Super Bowl board available right now. It's $10 a square. We're down to 26 squares. If you want in, go to our check out our Facebook page right now. It has the updated squares available. Go check it out. It's facebook.com/strikeoutbeer.
Minus anything that's been claimed in the last couple hours.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Kansas City's defense has stepped it up since the playoffs have started.
You think so? A little bit better? They're not as bad as they were last year, because their defense was so bad last year.
But you also got to look at, let's look at 2 things right now, right? Look at the path that Philly had to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you keep saying that. Does that matter who you've always told me you can only play who they put
in front of you. You can only play who you put in front of you.
That's every time that Detroit beats a sub 500 team, and I go, well, the team you beat sucks. He goes, you can only beat who's in front of you, man.
Well, but look at who Kansas City had to beat some good quality teams.
Those refs had to beat the shit ton of injuries. Yeah, the refs had to get involved and beat the absolute brakes off the.
That's right, because the refs got there and pushed Pat Mahomes when he was out of bounds.
Gave him a 5th down. That was ridiculous.
Pushed him.
I say that guy should have caught like his own private bus home, because there ain't no way in hell he's getting on the fucking bus I'm on.
He got in the team bus.
Yeah. Of course, he's a good player. He just fucking had like a seizure out there.
You make a mental breakdown. Oh. I can't tell you how many years in a row you defended to me. You're like, no, man, Vontez Burfict, man.
I never said that.
Man, no, he just made a mistake. He just made a mistake, bro.
I never said that. I said no. We eliminate this guy from the gene pool immediately. It's like
the one thing that I would say about Philly is everyone's bringing up, they have the easiest schedule this season. That's why they've advanced.
So the Cowboys, the Giants.
Looking at their schedule right now, they've beaten a lot of teams that were projected to be really great this year. Minnesota, Dallas.
You want any more?
Green Bay.
Better get it before the
Giants. I mean, they've taken out a lot of teams. Hold on.
We just talked about how they had a really easy path.
No, they were supposed to have.
No one predicted the Giants to have a good season except for Lizzie.
She nailed it.
No, they were projected to be really good with Jones.
No, what?
So
yes, no. Before this year, anybody talked about was how they need to get rid of Daniel Jones. But then after this year, everyone's like, you know what? He's not that bad.
He's dual threat and whatnot. But yeah, no. The easiest schedules are when everything was released preseason, right? Everything was released, and they were talking about the easiest paths, right? All 4 teams of the NFC East were right there at the top. They had the easiest path. There was one other team I can't remember who they mixed in there, but it was like that was it. The top 5 teams with the easiest path to make it to the playoffs, or easiest strength of schedule, is what I should be saying, was the NFC East teams.
Yeah,
which
the top
was crazy.
4.
They were top 4. they were in the top 5 because there was another team they mixed in there for some reason. I think Washington got like down to 5, and then they had some other team,
mixed in there.
But yeah, they had the easiest schedule, and then it turned out like they were just beating the shit out of each other. But they also beat a lot of quality teams as well. Teams that struggled that no one really saw struggle. They were beating teams that injury prone, things like that. It was just a weird, it was a weird year to say the least. But with those teams, they all made it to the playoffs except for Washington. Washington didn't make it. They should have made it. I thought they were
this close.
Yeah, they were a hair close. And I really thought they would have been exciting to watch. Hell, I was excited to watch the Giants. I couldn't believe they won. I was like, holy shit, look at them go. Cowboys, you know what they were going to do, right? Dak's going to just shit. You got to lay a fucking just golden encrusted egg.
I love the fact that they were able to eliminate Brady.
It was on a bad team. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
They didn't. Here's the thing: you didn't eliminate Brady. Okay, I mean, yes, you took him out of the playoffs and things like that, but they were a bad team.
They shouldn't even been in the playoffs.
But Brady wasn't in it. Brady wasn't trying that game. You can't go back and watch that game and be like, "Oh, Brady played his ass off." No. Brady threw the ball into the ground so many times that game.
Just give up.
Oh,
He just did.
I'm no Brady
He
fan.
had 0 F's to give.
I'm glad that they finally. So
sounds like you're a hater.
I'm tired of the same. I guess I'm tired of the same people always advancing to the championship. You've got Mahomes. You have Brady.
Okay.
I was glad. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I was glad the Cowboys took out Brady.
Right.
Now, speaking about the Super Bowl, Kansas City and Philly, I want Philly to win, but my gut is telling me KC will do it.
You're like,
I hope
outside of Philly, I think you're the only person who wants Philly to win. Nobody likes Philly.
I got money on Philly.
Okay, that's different.
Jalen Hurts has been freaking phenomenal.
It's been good.
It's been all right.
But my gut is telling me KC is going to pull it off.
You're talking with your money, not with your...
Oh, no, money talks. Yeah, no, money will always be the root behind everything.
But,
yeah, no,
I mean,
and like the guy, we're going out there, and he's like, this is the biggest bet I've ever made in my life. And I'm like, really? He goes, I'm going Philly. I go, I'm going Philly too, man. We're gonna have a good time, or we're gonna get hammered. One of the two. I
think I'm going with Kansas City. I think it's going to be a really good game. I think we're getting a really good game no matter what.
I don't think so.
But I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
I call it 27-24.
Here's my biggest thing. My biggest thing was injury-wise, right? Yeah. And Kansas City only has one person who was limited in practice. That's it.
Mahomes?
No, Kadarius Toney.
Oh, okay.
Mahomes, full participant. Juju Smith-Schuster, full participant. Jarrett McKinnon, Pacheco, Trey Smith, the guard. Everybody is full participants.
Yeah.
So the 2 weeks have been good for Kansas City, right? I think if they played the next week, I think it would have been a different story because I don't know how many players would have been full strength, right?
Right.
Now, are these guys full strength or not? I don't know, but they're full participants in practice because they're different. There's a difference between I'm going to come and play, but I'm not practicing, but I'm in for the game versus I'm there for all the practices. I'm a full participant in the practices. I might be a little banged up, but I can still practice fully and play in the game. I think there's a difference between those two things. You look at what Mahomes did with 0 wide receivers this last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, MVS.
That's it.
Well, who else was out there? You don't know?
Kadarius Toney got hurt.
Okay.
Juju got hurt.
Oh, you got
Pacheco
hurt
got hurt. McKinnon got hurt.
How was Kelsey that game?
Kelsey was he almost didn't play because his back seized up before the game.
Sky Moore was out too?
Sky Moore came in and played, but Sky Moore had the big kick return. But as far as a wide receiver is concerned, he's just like he was in the season, non-existent. Mm-hmm. He's like the drummer from REO Speedwagon. Nobody knows who you are.
I said that shit the other day, and they're like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
But you're looking at a team that I think with the 2 weeks really helped you out. And you got Mahomes winning games with nobody. Well, now he gets a few of these receivers back and things like that, where like Kadarius Toney faked the injury to get out of New York. And he was injured. They traded him. The minute he gets traded, he's a full participant and he's playing in games.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Scoring touchdowns and things like that, right? But I just think with Andy Reid, with Pat Mahomes, with Travis Kelce, I just think you have those generational talents is what you have. You have Andy Reid, who's one of the greatest coaches ever, right? I think at this point in time, you can go ahead and say he's one of the greatest coaches ever. He didn't win a Super Bowl with Philly, but he took him to a Super Bowl. And look at all the conference championships and division championships he won with Philly. And then he's there with Kansas City, 5 straight conference championships, 3 out of the last 5 Super Bowls. Pat Mahomes, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now.
I would name him in the top 3 of current coaches. Yeah.
I think I would go number 1. Like, I think you have
Belichick
him.
would probably be number 1.
I'm going to take Andy Reid over Belichick.
To freaking say that too.
But Belichick hasn't. Andy Reid was winning with Alex Smith, right? When Alex Smith came over to them because San Francisco was done with them. They're not doing anything with them. He goes over to Kansas City with Andy Reid, and they start winning conference championships and making the playoffs and things like that, right? I just think Andy Reid is probably the best coach in the league. I think with Belichick, you had him and you had Brady, and I think you had the perfect storm. And I think you're seeing, since Brady's been gone, he's done some good stuff with some teams, but.
So here's the sharp football.
The case could be made with Andy Reid. Now Reid is in Belichick's position. He has Mahomes.
Right.
So it's that perfect storm there as well. I mean, if you're looking at current, just in the last, say, 5 years, I would still put Belichick over Reid. Now, give it a year or two. Sure, I'm sure Reid would supplant Belichick, but I would still put him maybe in the top 3. Him.
Reid and Belichick are in the top 3. Like,
right.
Whatever your argument is, I think you're arguing 1 and 2. Yeah, you might even be arguing 1A, 1B at that point in time, right?
Right.
Like, they're both right there as number 1 coaches.
Until proven otherwise.
Well, the last few years,
if they win another Super Bowl, if the Chiefs win a Super Bowl here, then yeah, maybe. Yeah. If they don't, then they don't. Then they're not 1 and 2. They're not 1A, 1B. They're 1 and 2.
Yeah, I mean, there's arguments for getting to the Super Bowl. Teams being really great, not getting to the Super Bowl. Look at those Bills teams. They went to 4 straight Super Bowls.
Yeah, didn't win. Who the hell coached that? Do you know?
Steve Levy.
No one gives a fuck about that guy.
he's a freaking not Steve Levy. That's the ESPN. Marv Levy. Yeah. Sorry. Steve Levy's the ESPN guy, but Marv Levy.
Never heard of him.
Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas.
BB?
I mean, Don Beebe. Don Beebe's the reason why you have Pro Bowl special teams players and Hall of Fame special teams players because of Don Beebe. Like,
speaking of which, you watch any of the Pro Bowl?
No.
Anything?
No.
Anything?
I watched some of it.
I saw some highlights.
Saw the competition with Carr.
I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun, light entertainment, even with the flag football. Like there was a
flag
hit.
Football. Who took out Tyreek Hill? Well, he didn't take him out.
Jalen Ramsey.
Who else would have done?
That's the biggest hit in the Pro Bowl in the last 10 years.
Yeah. No one else. You know, they were like, if the shit really got out of hand, someone would have beat the shit right out of Jalen Ramsey.
What I'm reading, players are really responding well to the new.
Eagles knocked out Billy and Brady last time. We can handle Casey. I totally agree with you. I think Kansas City is going to get their lunch just fucking. I think they're going to get their teeth kicked in. I think Philly's going to be unstoppable. Don't look for an exciting game because you're not going to find one. It's just going to be Philly by 20.
Really, by 20?
20.
All that beer is talking. I think that ice smear is, knocking him on his ass.
You going to give me 20 points?
No.
You give me 19 because you said by 20?
They're going to win by 20. I'm not betting money on it, but now my money's on Philly. My real money will be on Philly as well. Money line.
I'm talking money now.
They're going to be. So you're going to give me like odds if I move the needle to Eagles by 20, you're going to pay out like plus 25 or 100 to me. So if I bet you like $25, you're going to tick that needle. We can get that number up there. So if it gets to a certain amount, then we're going to lay a bet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll find out what the number is plus whatever.
Eagles it's by 1.5 right now.
Yeah.
But
so it's going to go up quite a bit.
Okay.
So
I don't know that it will. Like It ain't gonna.
So if I end up betting 100, you're gonna owe me like 4,000.
What?
It's gonna be like plus 20 points. Is gonna shoot the fuck up like plus 4. It's gonna be crazy, like plus 4,000 or something like that. So maybe it'd be the scariest $100 bet you ever made in your life. it's gonna bite you right in there. I didn't make that bet, man. I was like,
Never backed out of the bet. Never will.
Like I didn't. Oh God, we got a soccer play. Oh Jesus Christ, man. We're watching the Philadelphia Boston game right now. There's bodies everywhere.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
God damn, like,
that white dude took that other white guy out.
No one told Philly it was a party. Philly looks like they're not really excited.
Dude laid his shoulder into that guy. Okay, where's the?
He flopped on that.
He hit him in the face
On a bucket.
No, he slapped him in the face.
Oh God!
Did you not see him slap him in the face?
No blood, no nothing. I don't see anything.
I mean,
he's a little bruised around the nose area.
I wanted to follow up where the dude laid the shoulder into him while he was running down the
that
court.
one. That was my favorite.
That one was he had a fullback action going on there.
I like a little fun. So what's everybody doing for the Super Bowl? You doing anything?
Nope.
Staying at home?
I'm staying at home, gaming, watching the game with the missus, but otherwise just keeping it low key.
Do you go overboard with like the snacks, the apps, and stuff like that?
Oh, absolutely. We're doing like the little smoky weenies.
Yeah.
Some nachos.
We have not done prop bets yet. Headhunting. We're gonna do them during the.
Yeah,
after
sorry,
dark.
man. Yeah, it's just been a long show.
By the time we got into it, we're like, I don't want to rush the prop bets.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. I really am. But we'll be back at 9 p.m. here in 30 minutes, and we'll be on 9 p.m. sharp to hit all those prop bets.
9 p.m. ish.
So gaming, eating, drinking, fun.
Eating, drinking. Yeah. I mean, we don't have either boy this weekend, so yeah, it's just gonna be low key, a lot of drinking.
Just you and the missus, and you guys ain't gonna. Okay.
You?
At the house with the kiddos and stuff like that.
But
just
abs, eating, drinking, just overindulging, having fun.
Yeah,
I think that's what's your go-to. Like, let's almost say like your go-to main entree. Is it wings? Is it pizza?
Wings.
What are we doing?
We're pizza rolls. We get some pizza rolls.
Hold the fuck on. What are you fucking six? What's your like entree? I didn't mean like appetizer. I didn't mean like your.
All we do is appetizers.
So he goes. My main thing is pizza rolls.
We get pizza rolls. We do some chips and queso with a little sausage in the rotel.
You could have just said queso was my number one. My chip, like nachos. You could have just said nachos were our main course. Why did you say
my favorite is pizza rolls?
Your favorite? Yeah, that's different though.
Yeah,
you're saying your favorite,
but they're all there. We're doing pizza rolls. We're doing the Velveeta with the rotel with the sausage in it.
Great, yeah. Spicy sausage or regular?
Regular.
Okay.
Regular.
All right.
We'll have some wings and stuff like that.
Wings is more of a main course.
We're gonna have
pizza rolls, dude. Come on, you're like, we'll have some wings strewn about.
It's just a bunch of appetizers.
What kind of wings? Where are you getting those wings from?
We're buying just regular wings.
You air frying them, or are you baking them? What are you doing?
I don't know what she does. And sometimes we've air fried in the past. We've thrown them. She's fried them herself. We've thrown them in the oven. But it just depends on what she wants to
put. Some Texas Pete sauce on there, or red hot. What are we doing?
No, just regular, and then
like no seasoning, no sauce, no nothing.
She'll put some seasoning on it, but we'll have a little bit of whatever.
Okay,
we just gotta be careful with what we put on it because we have to make sure whatever we're putting on is gluten free for the oldest kid.
Yeah, hot sauce usually is. I think hot sauce is.
I think so.
It's typically like on the side, and everyone does whatever they want to with them. Okay.
All right.
What about you?
I'm going out of town. But yeah, no, I just want to know what y'all doing. Usually we go overboard with the finger foods. The apps will even do some pigs in a blanket.
We'll do some smokies and some barbecue sauce.
We do smokies as well.
Yeah.
Nachos, wings. We'll usually get wings from like say is it place down the street, Wingstop. We'll get some Wingstop.
I don't know. There's a lot of wing places around here.
I
most of them,
Wingstop
aren't in English.
I got a little bit. The ones around here are bigger, but yeah, I've had there was one time where they passed off some small wings. I was like, what the fuck are these?
I think there's a place called Go Chicken down the road or something.
Oh yeah,
like
no. Well, if you come through Koreatown, let me tell you, don't sleep on the Korean barbecue places. You might have a good time in there. But big apps like finger foods, all that kind of stuff. We have the meat tray, the cheese tray. You have the veggie tray. You'll have.
We'll have a veggie tray and meats and cheeses and stuff like that.
Gotta have pizza and all that shit.
Just way too much stuff. Like we're eating on this stuff for the next couple days
Yeah.
afterwards.
You
For
should.
sure.
It's a fun time. It's a fun time.
It's almost like Thanksgiving, right? Where you're eating off the leftovers for the next few days.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Super Bowl.
I agree. But yeah. I love doing it. So, and this year I won't be here, so I won't be doing it. But yeah, usually it's full on, like just snacking all the time. I hate that I'm missing Henson's party this year. That's where I would go if I wasn't going to be around.
I'm still trying to work that. I might make it out there for a little bit.
If it was me, I would.
I want to try and make it out.
It would be priority. I want to go to, because we've had house parties before. We've had Super Bowl parties and things like that. I'd like to go to people's houses for the Super Bowl. I don't like hosting because you can't get them out of the house.
It's
by the time the Super Bowl's over, I'm ready to go to bed.
For me, it's the one game a year where I sit down and watch it with the kiddos and stuff like that, because they don't typically watch the football games with me throughout the year. The youngest every once in a while will come in my office with me and watch some of the Lions game with me for a little bit. But for the most part, I'm watching games all season by myself. This is the one game of the year where the kiddos sit down and watch the game with me and stuff like that. So it's just, I don't know. I'm going to try and make it out to Henson's party for at least for a little bit. Yeah. At least show up and see what's going on there.
Yep.
Go meet Cletus.
So we're gonna wrap this show up right now. We're gonna be back at 9 p.m. Central Time. We're gonna do a chug real quick.
Yeah, you're late, Cletus.
You're late, Cletus.
We were talking whiskey, and that's why I tagged you.
I got your recommendation here right there.
That's what I'm drinking right now.
I cracked out the Basil Hayden's just for the boys. That's a big recommendation from you.
Really good. I'm going to have to take a picture of that.
You like it?
I find it. Yeah.
Nice. I really do. I like it as well. Cheers to you. But yeah, run us out of here, and then we'll be back at 9 p.m.
We're going to be back here in a little bit, guys. The big shout out to Panther Island, drinking the brunette tonight. Delicious amber ale that we thought was really damn good.
So damn.
We were drinking a little bit of the Basil Hayden's whiskey tonight. Pretty damn good. Thank you for Brews with Games joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Rapid Dave, thank you for showing up. We appreciate it. But we've had a good time. We'll be back late night. We're talking prop bets.
Yep.
And all things Super Bowl. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'm Alan.
Rapid Dave.
Talk to you guys later. Deuces.